What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Vecna Evil. Part of me thought you might drop that Time Life. Where we belong. Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? If you want to know what we were laughing about, in the intro the entire time when we're muted, it was that. Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to do a short session tonight. We got a bunch of people need to get up early in the morning. So we're going to do a little setup and get things going. So unless anybody has a big announcement that they need to get out, we'll just get right into it. Let's do it. All right. Picking up where we left off last week, as you guys got down to your final hit points and maybe even the last bits of your character sheet, which hasn't happened very often. You guys went toe to toe with Beguile in the second level of hell in Dis in the Garden of Delights. However, it was hope that succeeded in this evening, as it took you guys all the way to the end in a divine intervention, critical, to bail you guys out after you had done copious amounts of damage to Beguile, both of you on your ropes. However, Daddy Bahamut, not Tiamami, is the dragon that showed up today, opening up a portal to Mount Celestia, circumventing several encounters and large story beats, ending the bounty on both Kalthorr's head and Remy's contract.
Unfortunately. I wanted that smoke. I wanted that smoke.
That's a one shot. Kalthorr versus Baylor. One shot for sure.
Who knows? Who knows? But it's not gonna happen this time in hell. As you guys entered the light and forged the rod of 7 parts for the first time in radiant celestial light, Davik's long lost Ippa even appearing in the light to usher you all forward. You guys left this plane of existence with your entire party, which now, if they were to line up in JRPG style, you would fill the whole screen. You guys have Mordenkainen, Illustrial, Drizzt, Slop, everyone except for Tasha and Eldon Keyword.
And whose fault is that? Who's gonna do
man, their chance. They blew it.
We pick up in the moments after you guys step foot into the light. There is an immediate kind of just warmth that passes through all of you when you guys step through. It is not like being left out in the sun for too long. It's more of that, how the sun can kiss you on a fall day where it's just perfect. It is the optimum temperature. Almost like waking up on a Saturday morning kind of vibrance, where there is nothing but the anticipation of what is to be. You have been through many wormholes, portals, gates, and elemental sparks. But this feels different. For once, there is not an anxiety of exiting this space. There is only comfort inside of this light. Isaiah, you have felt this kind of radiance before. The last time was when you had your back against the tree. However, it's not an untouchable like it was before. Something you could feel, but you could never turn around and grasp. This is the first time where it feels like you're facing the tree. You guys take as much time as you want to inside of this comfort. You can feel no pain. Your wounds have closed. You feel as comfortable and content as you've ever felt back in your home chambers. Whenever you choose to exit this kind of beam of radiance is your choice. If any of you choose to try to interact with it, now is the time for you to do so. Just a note, this is a gateway to Mount Celestial. It is a 100% guarantee of no time dilation. You guys are currently within no risk of running out of time. Whenever you leave and choose to continue this adventure outside of Mount Celestia, you will be on the exact time of when you left the material plane.
That's good. That's real good.
That's yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I think you did kind of read my mind because I was sitting here like, yes, he's been in like the sun. He's a daywalker, legally distinct daywalker. But I was thinking, literally, I never thought this necrotic monster would be in such a good place, and I think he's processing that. And I do think if it feels almost like a fountain, or like, being in, it's like, you go to Niagara Falls or, whatever, the Trevi Fountain, and then you're like, ooh. I think there is a level of reaching out to just see if this is real. Everything tells him that this shouldn't be happening right now. Not like this. We were so close. Not that he felt fear of us dying here, but that the truth of the matter was that was a hefty thing we just did. Just did seconds ago. So yeah, just every single time something else impossible happens, he's seen many impossibilities over his lifetime now. And yeah, he absolutely, especially I think his own radiance, or it's Sergei's, it's now his, is naturally activating in this space. And I think he wants to know what this radiance is, what this world is. Like a kid in a candy shop, seeing joy for the first time.
Yeah, I feel like I have to echo a very similar sentiment. Just the reprieve feels foreign, right? To be in a situation where we've been so go, go, go all the time, to have a moment where you can actually, like, you know, we've stopped and we've taken rests, long, short, some expedited via magic and otherwise, but like to be able to actually just kind of sit and feel that kind of temporary weight lift of just being able to exist in a moment outside of time where, you know, you can just do whatever needs to be done. I think it's just this is like ultimate analysis paralysis of like, we can think and talk and figure out what we're going to do. And I don't know. I think it's just a very much almost just sit down on the ground and just exist in a space where no one needs us right this second. We're free to just be us in this moment. Everything will come back and we'll be able to do what we need to do when the time comes. But this rare opportunity, we should take it to just feel grounded for a minute here.
In the weirdest way, I just want to say, as you described that, I literally thought when I went to the Dominican Republic a year or so ago, I remember the first thing I did when I got in my room was just like, I'm not needed. I can just relax. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is like the beginning of the vacation, but you know, there's something euphoric about it.
Exactly. It's like sometimes it's one of those like, it's like, or how sometimes you feel like how freeing the night before you go on vacation is. Like, I don't have anything to do tomorrow except just go get ready to have fun. And obviously it's not quite the same because we're the fun in this scenario is fighting Lolth and Neverwinter, but you know, at the moment we can just exist, take a breather, kind of feel the weight of everything, but also know that we're able to just relax.
Just being present. The fact that that is a foreign concept for the party now, and probably a foreign concept for a lot of people throughout the entire multiverse, as it has been nothing but a domino effect of cascading shit since the Whispered One has begun this campaign against all worlds. You guys can all hit that lovely long rest on your character sheets. When you press this button, I want it to soak in, because this will be the last time that you long rest for the rest of this campaign. As the moment you all decide to launch yourselves into Pandemonium, there is no place to rest. When you leave Mount Celestia, the Whispered One will know everything. This is your last respite. Mechanically, the community will still be able to give you a fresh set of cards per encounter, but you will never click the long rest on your character sheet ever again in this campaign.
I think in this moment, just kind of soaking in the radiant light, Davik's life has been pain and loss for the majority of it. Growing up an outsider, an outcast, being bullied, picked on, excluded. The tragic events of how he acquired the God Fist, what he now knows to be the Fist of Ubtao, and even his time on the mountain with Reza, learning. He was grateful to be taught and to learn how to control the elements, but it was tough. Reza was not particularly kind to Davik. She wasn't cruel, but she was a tough teacher. And the hard lessons he's learned in this journey with the party about who to trust, when to extend mercy, when to fight, when to run, when to be bold. There have been very few times in Davik's life where he felt at peace. I'd like to play a Mind's Eye card if I could.
Let me get
Please.
the cards up.
Please do.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And what you see, it's, you know, like the opening of some video games where it's like the eyes blinking awake. That's kind of what you see. And you see just a blurry vision of sky and trees. And then you see movement. And then you see figures crowding around. And then extending from the first person view, you see tiny baby infernal tiefling hands. But you see frowned faces. You see disgust, you see fear, you see anger. This is the first moment in Davik's memory, somewhat. It's not clear, it's fuzzy, but he remembers that feeling of being scared, out of place, rejected. And then parting the crowd of angry, scared, frightened faces, you see a woman, a wood elf, long dark hair, beautiful, with the kindest smile. And she reaches down and picks Davik up. And that was the moment he first ever felt the peace. And then coming out of that memory, you see Davik's eyes closed as he's bathed in this radiant light, feeling something he's never felt or hasn't felt in years. Those eyes blinking open, things coming into focus. And what face does he see? But the face of Ippa, who represents this feeling for Davik. And he is speechless and cannot move and cannot form a sentence. And he just sits and stares, not knowing what to do or say, but knowing the feeling that only she has ever been able to provide him in his life, of being truly safe and welcome and cared for and comforted.
think it's kind of funny hearing everyone else's feelings or visions or what they're seeing and existing in this kind of in-between space as we're opening up into Mount Celestia. And for Kalthorr, I don't think it's very peaceful. It is more of, I don't want to say an annoyance, but this calm is delaying an end he has been fighting for and pushing for, and at this point wants to happen. His friend has been gone or lost and found and lost and is with us but not. And he's not feeling a peace at all. He feels the warmth kind of envelop him, and it just, it feels like it's making him sluggish or slow or numbing those neurons, the things keeping him wound up so tight, and it scares him. Doesn't want to slow down, doesn't want to lose that instinct, that fight. That anger, that rage that feeds him is like a blade, and it does not want to be dulled right now. Not when we're so close.
And it's a very accurate description, because in this place, your rage does not exist. It's a state that you're in more than you're not. And those very valid feelings for you inside this moment. Remy hasn't quite processed the gravity of this last miracle. It's almost like you've been walking down a long hallway or corridor to open up a door that you don't want to open. At the end of this hallway is your greatest fear. And you've spent a lifetime looking at the walls, going side to side, sometimes making more progress forward, sometimes stopping, catching your breath and not moving at all. And then that moment right before you're set to open up that door, you take a left or a right path, completely out of the hallway. There's no chance to look back, because the door isn't in this room. This room now has nothing to do with opening that door. So it's going to take a minute. But there is a relief. And maybe it's because of his age, his friends, his adventures that he's been through. A younger Remy would be upset that they didn't open the door. but over the course of time, he's realized that his whole life he's thought that it was only his burden to walk down that hallway and open the door. But he's realized that in life, it's much more about the collective than just himself. And that acceptance of not going through life in its trials, tribulations, and elations has made him all the wiser. So I think he just has a smile on his face, that he's not tired, that no one's dead, and that they're one step closer to making everyone else not have to suffer, whether they're in this world or the next. With that, you guys open up your eyes. You all stare out, and the initial smell is what hits you first. That smell of fresh water. Crisp, clean air. No longer the oppressive humidity of hell itself. That feeling of dread and a fire in which none of you could completely resist. Now all washed away as you guys step foot on what at first is almost terrifying. It's like walking across a glass bridge for the first time. But immediately that first step is the softest, most comforting surface you've ever walked across. The greatest carpet that has ever been, as it cushions each of your footsteps as clouds form underneath you. You guys can see the majestic mountains in the distance, the waterfalls, the vast glades, as much green as you've seen since you were last in Maliki's Grove. Welcome to Mount Celestial. Davik, you don't see Ippa anymore, but you feel her presence. Like a guiding hand. Inside of your head, you hear her voice as you always heard it. Just follow me, kiddo. Theodore. With the rest of the party all stepping foot on Cloud for the first time, there is a vibration to the rod of 7 parts.
Okay.
Of something that you have never felt before in your life. It is something that can feel so whole, yet so violently harmonic. It's as if it could shake every bone loose in your body if it wanted to. It hums like a singing bowl or a tuning fork. You can understand why not just anyone could possess such a thing. The gravity of its power and magic is unlike any other arcane item you've ever held. Kalthorr. This vibration that is coming from the Rod of Seven Parts is what it feels like to stand around 5-10 planeswalkers all leaving at the same time. This magic item has a familiarity to you. And it's odd because most of the time it takes every ounce of energy for you to ignite your spark. It is a violent, it is more grounded in the elements of earth. It is a mud and blood kind of visceral force. If you could literally take your hands and bend the magic, that's what it's like for you. But this item, it seems to do it with such grace and ease. And it makes you understand the power within this thing itself. For the entire party, even though Theodore is currently holding this item, you guys are all attuned to this rod. You guys can touch it, wield it, pick it up, and activate it all the same or together. There will be probably a whole one-page document I will try to put together of the RoBear E of this. And even on top of that, there's always going to be the asterisk, because this is D&D and your all's creative minds, where it's going to be, but what if we tried this or did this? That is 100% on the table. But I also want to list some very common things to kind of get the juice flowing within the item. There will be more said about its importance as we go into the final encounters. But as you guys saw before with Lulth, as you are encountering a godlike combat, it will be essential, as if it is almost like a football game ball to a high schooler walking around on game day. This thing will be of importance to all encounters going forward.
Okay, so I'm div bitch with this thing for every fight we're in going forward, right? That's the plan.
We could have made it the handle. Don't you dare. We could have made it the handle.
Can I use it as a quarterstaff?
Yeah, you can.
Break it over your knee. Somebody, please.
You guys see for the first time Snow look and act like a dog.
Finally.
He is bounding around this cumulonimbus like platform in the sky. everyone else is getting to have this moment of presence. And for him, it is just being able to run around. For once, his danger sense on all sides of him isn't going off. Even when Davik has slept, ever since the night he was frozen, there hasn't been an easy night of sleep. And this is just a moment to enjoy that. Like a dog off the leash. He just bounds through. And you notice, man, his fur, as much as Davik loves him, man, Snow has looked like shit for a while. Everyone else getting prestidigitation, but this good boy, he is just a fluffy white ball that is cleansed and just disappears in between the clouds. Sometimes you can only see his blue crystalline eyes before he leaps out.
I think Davik sees this and just realizing that his oldest friend, who's been by his side for forever, is finally getting a moment of relief and not protecting, hunting, fighting beside him. And he just smiles and watches.
He looks like a hockey player with his helmet half cocked on top of his head. For once, doesn't matter the armor, the helmet. He doesn't need to speak to anybody at the moment. He just gets to be a dog.
You can take the helmet off, Snow.
Flips it on. You can't tell me what to do. He bounds and it falls off to the side again.
I don't know why it's in my head and it refuses to leave, so you just have to deal with it. I really want us to be in our Dragon Ball Z era right now, because I feel like all of our Ioun stones are just floating above our heads like a little halo.
Oh, that's
Guy's planet.
We have so many of them, so there's no way in hell they're just not circling behind us right now. Almost like we got little halos after we're walking.
Chat, this will be the last game where you see 17 Ioun stones. We learned a lot of things about magic item maxing.
We did. Yeah.
And we had fun with it because that's what we signed up for.
Yeah.
That is what we signed up for.
Next game.
How many magic items can we attune to? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Let's just put it this way. On the character sheets, I put attunement 99. And there's some people that are attuned to 40 items. Which is just impressive.
Hilarious.
That's why I noticed that whether or not it was part of his planned story, that Rhyme of the Frost Maiden was like, yep, nope, all magic items go into the fire, keep things alive. Sorry, can't help you there. No more items.
The giants took them all.
I was like, I wonder if this was planned or this is a result. I don't know.
It was so I didn't have to make up new tables for a month-long campaign. That's what that was. I mean, it was the story. The story told me. The closer you get, the more that you begin to see the life that is within the air itself. There are these massive giant eagles with 10, 15, 20 foot wingspans that are out hitting the jet stream around. You guys see Aarakocra, maybe some for the first time. A whole species of bird folk that have cities all up into themselves within the clouds. As bits and pieces, you can see the plane of air has merged here in Salvation. And this promenade towards the actual mountain itself, you realize that there is a whole universe that has been dealing with the same problems that you all have been dealing with at the same time. Well, indeed, you guys are the heroes of the day. How many other parties like yourself, individuals, cities, towns, acts of bravery and courage have all been going on at the same time? Not all of them succeeding. Probably far less than those that have. But you can feel a sense there is something building here. And this has been a question for all of you at some point in time through this campaign of, isn't someone else doing something? Feeling abandoned by the gods themselves at some point, but also realizing the gods have all been fighting amongst themselves. This is the first time where you feel that sense of hope. If there's going to be anything that aids you in the final battle against the Whispered One, surely Mount Celestia has something up its sleeve. These thoughts all loom with you as you continue to walk through the clouds towards the mountains itself. There is a moment when you were here that is not much different than the summer day today. If anyone else experienced the blue sky in the northern hemisphere, it was so bright I couldn't see my mailbox when I went out. Granted, a little bit of a gamer room, a little bit darker than usual, but damn, just the sheer magnitude of what summer can be times 20. And it takes a minute. It's that literal summer or snow blind that sets in. But you guys continue to walk forward and push through. And eventually, you guys bridge through this bright light itself. And it stops being so oppressive. You can finally just take in the scenery itself. You guys are what it feels like to be about 10 minutes outside, arriving to the mountaintop itself. There are ley lines here, Kalthorr, that it makes you feel like you could go anywhere. And for once, it's not ripping the literal spark out of your chest. You feel like you could just attune and just go somewhere right now. You haven't had that feeling since you were inside the pyramid in Amonkhet, which was literally a monument built by both gods and man to funnel all of that energy into one point. And now you're bathed in it. It's everywhere. It is the fabric of this place. If there's anything that you guys want to do before entering Mount Celestial proper, now is the time to do so.
Oh. You guys do anything?
I almost feel like it's not that Isaiah doesn't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I think because of the circumstances of how we're here, it almost feels like there isn't time to go do something, like go talk. The person who has summoned us here, you know, or I guess I say summon Davik and us as by proxy. Yeah, I almost think there's like a hazard, like are we allowed to do anything else? And maybe that's not even the thing on his head, but I am curious to know, like, as we get here and you said these things are flying over and everything, is there any like eyes towards us? Like, I don't think we're like out of the, you know, the ordinary, other than being like not celestials, but we're probably not the only party to suddenly pop up here or anything. But still, just before we move, like, what is, if there's any eyes looking towards our direction?
Roll a perception check.
A part of that is on a slight, I won't say selfish, but like a slight personal thing, because in Barovia, you blend in as an undead. In Mount Celestia, you don't. So I think there's a level of, do I need to like be mindful of what I probably am exuding right now? So perception, click you, there we go. And I assume the docent, so bloop. $40.
Well, the eyes are in the back of your head for sure. There's always this lingering thought of your condition and its acceptance inside the worlds of which you walk. You realize that it's almost the exact opposite as of everyone else in the party. Even though you are undead, you have the most radiance within you. And I think that is something that is sometimes, as a perspective of both dawn and dusk, that gets lost. While you do have an element of darkness within you, the radiance within you right now hums at a vibration that isn't all too much different than this plane or the rod of 7 parts. When you do see eyes of the Aarakocra that are the only other things that are flying around you right now, it's not worrisome or investigative. It is more looking in awe of what they're seeing. This is a very motley crew that's walking through. You are one of the least of the strange things between the Cyclops and the plethora of other things walking through here. So you don't get a sense that your condition is of any grave nature on this plane.
Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead.
But you do realize that this has not always been the way. It is your own awakening and the life that you lived before with Sergei and his devotion to the radiance and everything that comes with it. It is both part of you, as is the darkness. But now that radiance is allowed to walk with you in this world. your Daywalker pass.
I also think just being guided by the warm presence of Ipa, getting the innate sense that, much like Isaiah mentioned, like it kind of feels wrong to like have time, but also some kind of way innately recognizing that we do have time. Like he is taking in the sights, looking at Eric Hakra for the first time, and just is there like, besides the Eric Hakra, is there like civilization? Like, are there like towns in like, are we walking through like a place where people live, or?
There are cities that are floating in the sky that are completely built from the clouds themselves. You guys see elementals, you see Jinn, you see Aarakocra. Down below you, there are entire villages that are here. There is also the radiant structures and the white alabaster of buildings on top of Mount Celestial itself. But this pathway that you walk is uniquely yours and is forming underneath your feet, taking you straight to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I think Davik is just taking it all in, watching families, people go about their day. If there's any new interesting looking plant life, he's smelling it, examining it, just taking the entire walk in, moving forward, but allowing himself to take it all in.
You guys eventually come front face of the mountain itself. And you guys hear same voice that called out to Davik when the gateway to this plane opened. Child of hope. Welcome. Welcome, all of you, to Mount Celestial. You guys all notice the light in this area kind of bend and form into a structure. As scale by scale, you begin to see the form of this ancient dragon form. Sorts of blend of both platinum and old gold. Mount Celestial, heed your call. Even in the depths of hell. But now that you have arrived, I must ask, what will you do with this second chance?
do what's right. We'll save everyone we can from a great evil.
But what does saving look like? I ask these questions, my mortal friends, as the precipice of our worlds comes to a head with a great evil that wishes to erase it all. We have seen your deeds. It's why when we heard your prayers, we answered. Davik, I understand. This is not how it should have ever been. The regrets that I have. There are days they far outweigh the deeds that I have done. But I will never apologize for the love that created your existence. And while that love will never be the same again, against all odds, you found it within your life. Not with your mother, your father, your brother. From the family that you found, the family I will always be indebted to. Within that light, Ippa will form and walk over towards you, Davik.
He runs to her. And just grabs her. Is it really you? This is... Are you here? Have you been here this whole time? This whole time, are you? Is it really you? Are you really here?
Yeah, kiddo. It's me. You've done so well.
I'm sorry, I couldn't save you. I wasn't strong enough then. I lost control. I didn't know what to do. I ran.
She's gonna wipe the tears from your face and kind of cradle back behind your head. Then, now, or ever. Will you need to apologize? The threads of our lives, Davik, are far more complex than what our minds can handle on the material plane. You've had to endure so much more. Look at all the love that you've found along the way. I'm just glad that I got to be there for a part of it.
You were a pretty big part of it. These are, and he'll just kind of nervously these are my friends. This is Kalthorr, the big guy. This is Theodore. He's like super powerful with magic. This is Isaiah. He looks scary, but he's nice. And our other friend's not here right now, but she would love to meet you. You would love her.
That's not true. I see her. She's the small one, standing next to your giant friend.
Kind of do a double take and look back towards Kalthorr.
You don't see her. But there are small little bits of that swirling light that are there. She's there. She's always there.
Yeah. Kind of like you've always been there. It's hard to explain, but I felt you a bunch of times, and I didn't know exactly what it was. And this is Remy, by the way. He's
Happy to be alive.
Yeah. And this is Snow. He's the first friend I've ever had.
Appa's gonna kneel down and give him some hardcore scritches.
I always remembered what you taught me. I tried my best to control myself and to extend mercy whenever possible. And I just want you to know that I've been trying to honor you as much as I could.
Davik. You're enough. You've always been enough. I am so proud of what you were, what you are, and what you are yet to become. I get to watch all of it unfold. And while I might not be there physically, know that I am always in your corner. You need not worry. I will always be your mother.
He kind of falls back into her and just squeezes her. I've missed you so much.
She gives you a tight squeeze.
He kind of steps back. Look! Shows the two fists. It was a two-parter. There's two of them. Did you know that?
No.
It was real.
I think everyone else knew a lot more about you than I ever did. All that mattered was that you were my son. And that was it.
And a mighty fine boy he has become. Isaiah just says, standing behind, arms crossed always. I think he's come to accept the peace, for lack of a better word, and seeing this, it's very hard to not accept that good has happened to you. You are very quick to harp on about the bad, but the minute you do something that's a success, you kind of let it wash over. And I think for the first time in a long time, he's allowing himself to accept that this is what it is. And seeing Davik with his mom, it's yet another impossibility. And he's been hard on that boy. And I don't think that's ever going to change. But can't say he's green anymore.
He's really a big softy.
There's the fangs.
Theodore.
Yes.
You now bear gifts from our celestial forge. You have all gone great distances to piece together this mythical rod of 7 parts. We have seen your deeds. Mount Celestia has always been watching. You possess a power now
most mortals never touch. You have been places where only gods walk. Your comfort, even here, shows of your experience of the planes that you've walked. You no doubt understand the stakes. There is now a motion that has been set forth. There is no turning back. Is it indeed true that you intend to encounter the Whispered One himself in Pandemonium?
As it stands, that's where we know them to be. And the place we were looking to establish this final showdown, although we're open to suggestions.
While we cannot alter the place of the final conflict, we can certainly aid. You have done a great service. Unknowingly, perhaps. But you have brought back one of our own. One that we couldn't have needed more in this time of war.
You guys see the light manifest another individual on the side of Bahamut. As an angel steps forward in full battle regalia.
Oh, we saved her.
We did it. Oh boy.
We got oh boy. We're set.
Times like these require someone experienced in what it takes for the righteous to prevail. General Zariel, welcome home.
As you guys see for the first time, a much different complexion on her face. A completely different person, not completely devoid of the scars of a time spent in perpetual hellish combat, but truly an experienced Valkyrie like no other. She gives a nod back to you. The first time you've seen any recognition since he was staring daggers through the rest of you. She pauses and exhales It takes a lot to get a thank you out of me. But considering the circumstances, I owe all of you for my second chance. Sometimes the prayers that we need don't come from us at all. Much work needs to begin, as we will be launching this assault with the full force of our angels to Pandemonium. But I will need the assistance of the most talented member of your party.
Oh yeah, right here.
She walks past Davik, past Theodore with a rod of 7 parts, looks at Isaiah's weapons, walks past you, looks over at your hammer. I really wanted to take this from you and beat you with an inch of your life with it.
Not the first, won't be the last. Well,
but I'm glad that thing is on our side. And she puts a hand on your shoulder and she pushes back past you. Remy kind of looking to the back, kind of puts his hand on his hips. Zariel just looks over at him. Adorable. And she extends a hand out to Tana Ohan.
Yes, I knew it. That's my girl.
It's like she goes to snow. Like
Yeah, it was one of the two. Or slop.
I've been a good boy.
I do feel like because she goes to Tana, like there's like half Isaiah just like yes, but also like wait, I create weapons. Whatever. Fine, I guess.
squisher.
Guess if it's good, it's with her.
Tana being on the roller coaster herself, just minutes ago, she was dumped from incredible heights, only to be saved. It will take the talents of both heaven and hell to accomplish what we set out to do. Tana, having similar feelings to you, Isaiah, in all of this, really only being comforted by the fact that everyone else has been in this procession and that it is a motley crew of people from all over the universe. Well, I really didn't think I would get this chance, but whatever forged that, as she points over to the rod of 7 parts, I want a piece of. And you see her forge hammer, that infernal forge hammer. It puts a smile on your face, Isaiah, because you see it in 2 sides, much like yourself, where you were both dusk and dawn. It is both infernal and celestial on either side as it envelops. One side of it shows the blood war on the infernal side with its runes. On the other side, you see heaven and all of its conflicts. Let's put that hammer to good work. We have angels that need everything they can get.
This is our plan. To assist you. To lead. To be the spear. Pandemonium is no place for the living. And no doubt the Whispered One will be prepared for us. There is no element of surprise. But we are one of the few that can act. And we must act soon. We have seen that you have one last engagement on the material plane. I no doubt believe that you will make short work of it. But I beg of you, you must make haste. As when you return to the material plane, we will launch our assault. And we'll need you as soon as we can. I do not know how long. Even Mount Celestia itself can entertain this battle with such infinite evil. But it is the audacity of hope in which we have.
Where's that word again? There's been so much talk of hope, false hope, final hope. What role do I play in all of this? What do you need from me?
For you to be able to live your life as you see fit. Davik, there is no grand design for you. There is no great weight on your shoulders. There never should have been. Your existence it should have been no different than anything else. But that is our folly. The folly of both man and dragon. I cannot change the past. I can only hope for a better future. I am sorry that I could not be the father that you needed to be. But I I will not apologize for your existence within this world. Be better than us. The chromatic, the platinum, all dragons, all of mankind. You have found your way in this world. You will have to fight for the love that you have for your found family and friends. We all do.
Then fight I shall.
The creatures of this world deserve to carve out their own path. Not to be ruled over by an infinite dictator. The fate of all kind rests on all of our shoulders. We will equip you with the boons of Mount Celestia. May this be the final respite as we put all of our cards on the table.
Tana Ohan going off to help forge weapons for the invasion in Pandemonium. You guys getting your respite here in Celestia. The rod of 7 parts, now whole. The rest of the party gathered. And Lolth on your sights. What would you guys like to do?
Boy, that's a good question.
I kind of would love to know, especially after the sequence with Ipa and Davik, and Ipa recognizing and seeing Egrik, if that shifted Kalthorr's emotions in any way.
I would say no. And it's not because he doesn't believe she isn't there. He knows the docent's there. He knows she's within it to an extent. But it's not the same. It's kind of what he said when we first came here. His friend she was there. She was gone, and then we found each other after years, and then for a week, and then she was gone again. But kind of here. Sure, he has a guardian goblin watching over him, watching over all of us. But his best friend as he knew her is kind of gone. As much as her spirit may be right next to us at all times. There is a small, very light weight not on his shoulder anymore.
I don't know how much Kalthorr is looking around, but I think there's definitely a contemplative Isaiah that has been looking at you for a bit, but doesn't want to come off as like preachy or anything. But definitely, like, you've been clocked in the very perceptive person that he is. He has watched everyone and everything here, but he's also just keeping you in mind more than anything. Whether Kalthorr, says anything or whatever, it's up to him. But I think that's just for sure, just checking in on you just as much as checking in on Davik. He'll talk to Theo at some point here. Same with Remy. Especially knowing that those contracts were disintegrated, basically. Yeah, he doesn't really want to do until he knows that his people are okay.
I think it's fairly, it doesn't take a perceptive person to understand Kalthorr's not okay. He's not going to be okay. But that doesn't change that there is a goal that needs to be achieved. That doesn't change the mission. That doesn't change his motivations. But the thought of, I've said this, the thought of coming out of this okay is a pipe dream. That doesn't mean we can't win. Because again, this isn't about us. It's not about me. It's not about Remy, Theodore, Isaiah, Davik, or Egrik. It's about everything. Every plane, every person we've met. You're right, Kalthorr is not okay. But that's how the cards are lying right now. That doesn't change how hard he can swing a hammer. As a matter of fact, that might make that hammer hit a little heavier right now.
I know it's coming down the pipe for next time, but Theodore's definitely most interested in, we've been trying to gather the Rod of Seven Parts for this whole time, and then we got like supercharged, divine, forged version of it. So part of, he wants to examine and see what this does, but I know above table, I'm gonna find out in a document down the road, but that's like, we saw what happened when we fought Lolth without an equalizer, right? We know that it was very difficult. We barely got out of there. We were down to like the upper tier of the highest, most powerful things we had because we were trying to fight a god. And this is the great equalizer in that fight. So knowing that that's going to be needed to do all of the fights we have left, it was nice to have the moment of calm and relaxation. And there's still some of that left here, but knowing and understanding how this works so we can utilize it as best as possible for the tasks we have ahead. So he's kind of focusing on what he can gather from that to make us, to start formulating a plan for once we touch back on the material.
Remy is going to find Davik after seemingly he's had all the conversations. It's a hard time when someone's biological father, their representative, actual mother. There's a lot that's there before he wants to interject. There's already a 500-pound elephant weight that's in the room, and it's like, I don't want to start crying all over again. But he certainly wants to find you where it's a moment where he can just speak with you.
Yeah, I think Davik will kind of see you, kind of giving that look of wanting attention, and will break away to speak to you.
I don't want to interrupt. That's all a lot, really. But
yeah, she's been here the whole time. What's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm ripe as rain. I've never been better. If anything, I've even gotten a bit more perspective. The people I've lost in my life, I've always still been able to interact with them. I've never had to wait the way that you've had to wait, Davik. And I think that's one of the most important things I'll take away from today. Just really how blessed my life has been. I wish my daddy, my granddaddy, I wish they would have been able to see just how easy it was. All this time talking about being cursed, contracts. We always thought it was open up a certain door. But it was really never about that. Nobody in my family ever wanted to ask for help. I think I've learned over time how sometimes you don't even have to ask. Sometimes you're just lucky enough to be in the same prayers that your friends have. I put a lot of things on hold in my life because I didn't want to get anybody else involved with what I thought was my burden. But I think all of this has taught me is that I should have let and leaned on my friends way earlier. The whole kind of forgiveness. I think it all comes back to that today when Sir Timothy went out sailing on his own. even back in Eberron, I found it hard to forgive. But I think I have that now. My whole life, all I could think about was this confrontation in hell. And then it was gone. And you know what? I didn't ever need it. I spent so much dread, so much time, but so many limitations on myself for no reason. For as much as I love to brag about living my life the way that I want to live it, the real truth is, nobody's put more shackles on himself than me. So in a roundabout way of all this talk of just how messed up I am in the head, there's a thank you. But even more than that thank you, I just want to say, I'm proud that I got to see and be a part of this moment. We've all got to see your proud accomplishments. But there's nothing like getting to share that with family. And no matter what happens when we leave here, we got to have that moment. Everything else from here on out, Davik, is like playing with house money. I mean, look at it. Kalthor's not going to stop until he's popped every head like a pimple. Theodore's going to be looking at that thing all night. I've seen Isaiah smile twice. That's a record. He's probably even going to get a hop on that forge later. You know damn well he's going to be at the top of the battle plans. And while it might not be ideal, but this is life. Our friend Egrik is with us. We have literally seen lives trapped inside of coins, incinerated, disintegrated, left with nothing. And we're lucky enough that we still have somebody watching over us. And when all this is done, and the rest of our bodies turn into stardust, we get to join her. He's gonna give you a big hug.
He'll hug you back.
Thank you.
Mr. Remy.
I swear to God, if you call me Mr. I swear to, can I even say that when I'm up here? Damn it, I'm Remy. I'm not that much older than you.
He'll grab you by your shoulders and just look you in the eye and say, Remy, you'll never have to thank me. We're in this together. Always.
He's gonna lean over into your ear. I'll be real honest. I'm
wondering if I can still play the violin or not. I hope so.
No time like the present.
For some
gotta
reason,
love music up here, right?
for some reason, playing when you don't know if you have the panache anymore in heaven versus a dance with the devil somehow feels worse.
Hey,
Here we are.
What did we say about those shackles? If you want to play, play. And whatever sound comes out of that violin, it's going to be beautiful.
God damn it, you have a point. Well, Mr. Davik, let's see what I got.
Oh, and just before you strum that little thing, just remember I was right.
What looks like a loathing face of disgust turns into a smile with a 40. Remy begins to play his violin on top of Mount Celestial for the first time. As his violin attunes to the same vibration and radiance that everything else has been woven upon, with a big Cajun smile on his face. Before we wrap up this session, does anyone have anything else they would like to share while you're in Mount Celestial?
Real quick, I was just while the music is playing, I think Davik would just summon some just little elemental bits of, wind and frost and fire, and they'll just dance to the music. And he will sit, and even though he knows she's been watching, him and Snow will just sit crisscross applesauce with Ippa like they did so many nights when he was young, when she was the only person that he had to talk to, and he will just tell her everything. For as much time as he has here before he has to go off to fulfill his mission.
Kalthorr kind of not intentionally isolating himself. He's just a big mess of grump, and he's in a place where he can't feel angry, and that's a whole nother chain of emotions he's not happy about. But he's got to be happy because, like, look where he's at. Like, it's a lot of conflict going on in there. And in this almost forced internal calm that almost does not exist within him, he kind of stands watching his friends, between Remy and Davik talking. Isaiah, I can only assume at this point, already planning whatever machinations he'll be building or helping with. And Theodore with the staff. He will place his hand down on his right, resting it on a small invisible head that he knows exists. Soon. I'll see you again soon, friend. And you will bury it deep. And just start digging for that rage. It's not there. But it is everything holding him together right now, just trying to find it.
Kalthorr, I want you to roll to ignite your spark.
Would that be just a D20?
We've always done it as your attack roll.
Okay, yeah.
Do so with advantage because of the ley lines that are here.
Oh, there are so many things on me.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I have 18 different Bane effects. Hold on. I'm blessed.
Triple Bane.
Real quick. Hold on.
Still rolled a 38. Triple Bane.
All right. Here's your actual.
Woo. Whoa. How fitting.
Yes, it is. Silver.
18,
Trying
30. Oh.
to process all of this and doing the only positive thing you can do with the feelings that you have in your rage is to let loose a piece of you into the ether and to do what planeswalkers do and to tap and attune into these ley lines. And as you do, your eyes are filled with the wasteland of pandemonium. Connecting into the ether, you begin to receive a vision of that world. Massive floating pyramids begin to appear all over pandemonium. Filling this hellscape, you begin to see the eternal fill this scape. And you hear a voice inside of your head.
In war, we all pick sides, Planeswalker. And I'm in the business of conquering worlds. And I will continue to be in the business of conquering worlds. Amonkhet is but a jewel inside my crown. How many of your peers do you think will be on your side when worlds end?
And that is where we will end this session.
That's fine.
TheDFlawless and the army of the Eternal have chosen to join forces with the Whispered One himself.
Of course he did.
That's
Of
so
course he
bad.
did.
That's so bad. I didn't even think about it. And then the music was playing and I was like, this feels like Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason. Why does it feel like, oh wait. Oh no, that's Almond Cat. Oh, dang it. Dang it.
Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
God dang it. I'm stressed.
I'm gonna throw up.
No big deal. Final last rest. How does it feel?
Don't say that. We gotta get through.
That's great.
Loth, Nicol Bolas, and Vecna on one rest. We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Nerd.
Oh gosh, what's happening? Okay.
You're muted,
Cool,
Ted. You're
great.
muted.
So there's a wish left. That wish might be let's get a long rest.
Go. Let's go.
Yeah. You know, there's
I'll
the
take
list. The list.
We all take the
I guess I
boon
could
of
probably
long
cross
rest.
off a few things here, huh?
Yeah, a couple of those
Didn't
things. have been
think I
happening.
would forget about you.
Oh gosh. There's one more that's on that list, but I'm not saying out loud that I am also like, where are they?
Yeah, the devil can go. The Baylor, technically, right?
Yeah.
The contract.
Ibrahim, Tiamat.
Stop. Did we stop?
Dragon killed Ipa. I think
Yeah.
they're not our issue right now.
Well, the dragon who killed Ipa got his throat
Oh,
blown open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right, yeah.
He got Mr. Smith
Yeah.
or Agent Smith.
Oh no. Oh Lord.
And
That's how
I
I
think
picture it.
Asmodeus was somehow maybe tied to, we thought, to Remy's contract. So
Yeah.
you could probably pull him out too. It's a little bit shorter.
I mean, this is a pretty good looking list.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll
The
take
no
that.
You know,
long rest
honestly-
thing is what scares me though. It's like what?
So
Yeah, what about the spell plague? Why is that on there?
I think we did it. I think you can remove that one. I don't think we have that one coming anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, we
God.
must have done that, right, RoBear? Wink.
Wait,
I
hey,
fixed it.
it was mainly because you were hanging out in the spell plague kind of like torn area of Neverwinter.
Okay,
so
okay.
hey,
No, we
you
fixed
can't save them all. So here's the decision. Whenever you guys changed and altered basically the end of this this campaign with like getting costs and there not being a chance of Miska to come out at all. Who is going to be the general of Vecna's forces? Well, that was it. Chosen was going to be Loth, and then you fucked her up, and she got left out on her own. So I was like, there's only one person left in this multiverse that loves conquest more than maybe Vecna himself. And since we had teased it that you guys did know that Amonkhet had been obliterated on this timeline because the second son was hanging out inside of the city of Brass. So you knew the conclusion of that story had made it there, that possibly this would be looming in the distance. And now
It's
it
so
is.
good.
So it will be literally angels against the army of the Eternal on Pandemonium.
That's so cool. That's so sick. I will say, it didn't happen. It's totally fine. But Isaiah was gonna find Theo and just be like, "So when are you going to actually ask out your baby mama? Because we need her on our side too. Like we need Maliki, and we need her to be invested more."
I feel like to some degree you've got me and Drizzt here. That's like two of her biggest champions. She got me somewhat invested. Like,
I'm pretty sure you ask anybody at this point, I don't think anyone's not answering your call from Mount Celestia.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whoever you want to dial up, well, they might not say yes, is gonna answer.
Yeah. I mean, we also have like all the elementals and the Wishmasters and all that stuff from City of Brass. They were like, yeah, whatever you need, we got you. So
You know what? We are definitely a well-known multiversal fixer-upper group, right? We have proven that we would not just come in and wreck a place. Actually, we make it better. And we've been to this place and not did anything. Lady of Pain, you want to just like come help us too? I'm just like Sigil gets messed up too if he wins. So you want to like help us?
Hey, you know what? Invoke everything that doesn't have a stat block at this point. Whatever you can get your hands on. By the way, shame on D&D for not having a great statted Bahamut and piece of art piece within there. But you know what? I'm always thankful that Paizo has a million other actual dragons illustrated and can bail you out. And they can literally put it on Mount Celestial for you. It's literally mounted on it. We love that. But we got to take off. Everybody's got stuff they got to get to in the morning. Hope everybody enjoyed this little foray. We will have more time in case you guys want to do any other RP inside of the mountain before we head down. I don't expect Loth to be a lengthy combat. I imagine I imagine you guys will have quite the raffle stomp going in, being prepared and going for heaven. But who knows? People could roll horrible. We shall see. This is where we have to love you and leave you. We'll see you guys next week. Much love, everybody.
Bye.